With the Cayman Islands Marathon less than a month away and over 500 people planning to take part, it's a crucial time to be extra aware about your body as a runner.
We see marathon runners who come into the clinic at various points in their training, particularly towards midway through their training program, and that's because they're starting to up the time and the distance that they're doing.
Runners put in months of training. They get rest, eat well, and get up for early morning training sessions. But if they push themselves in the peak of training, they can get hurt, whether it's from overuse of a muscle or reactivating an old injury. They also have to worry about how old injuries might react on race day.
It is high impact on the joints. Also, it's a repetitive exercise, which means that certain muscle groups are actually being used in a repetitive fashion that can lead to strain injuries.
If stretching and icing after working out doesn't help, see a doctor or physiotherapist, especially if your aches and pains last more than a week.
If they have an injury, it's much easier to treat, and it will resolve a lot quicker if it's acute, so when they first recognise the symptoms, as opposed to if it becomes more chronic. So that means basically that the injury's been there for longer and can be harder to treat.
Other ways to prevent injury. The 10% rule. Only increase your weekly mileage by 10%. Any more is stressing your body. Recovery and diet. Get at least 8 hours of sleep and make sure you're getting enough protein for your muscles to heal.
Well, we mentioned how it's good to have a balanced diet. Protein is actually very good for tissue healing, so very good for tissue recovery.
The 500-mile rule. Sneakers are only good for 800 kilometers or 500 miles. Get a new pair. And stretch. Be sure to stretch before and after your run. It's a vital way to warm your muscles so you can prevent injury.
I was doing about 9 miles and I forgot to stretch my calves after the run, and the next day they were very, very tight and very hard to actually walk. So one of the physios, Zoe, actually says, as she says, stretching is paramount.
Very important to warm up and stretch, particularly before and in fact more importantly after you've done your exercise, because muscles do need to regain their flexibility.
With the Cayman Islands Marathon and the Cayman Islands Triathlon coming up fast, remember these tips and listen very carefully to your body. Jasmine Taylor, 27 Tonight.